Well, the uniforms never get old in the Valley. There's an old school Coyotes sweater.
Yeah.
And we've got Shane Doan. How about the Domi version right there? These are the new ones now. We've got Shane Doan in our booth here. We're in the Diamondback colors. Good to have you.
Hey, thank you guys for having me on. It's always a pleasure. Really appreciate it.
We wanted to give you the opportunity to defend yourself after your boy Mike Smith really threw you under the Zamboni there.
Yeah, he's really going to try to take advantage of that whenever he gets an opportunity to. And he's just that type of guy. He's not a guy that you enjoy being around. He's always hard on everybody, and he's it's the way it goes in our room, I guess.
How are you guys going to do this year? A lot of people, a lot of Coyotes fans I talk to, they're excited. Nice mix of veterans and young guys.
Really, I mean, our young guys are special. So it's we got an opportunity. The next step is really, I mean, everybody now and again has a great first year, and that next year is really going to kind of establish themselves.
Brandon Crawford leads off the Giant fourth against Braden Shipley. Shane Doan is with us in the booth here on Coyotes Night at the ballpark. You know, every time I looked up last year, you were scoring a goal. You turned into a goal scorer again.
Yeah, I tried to turn back time a little bit. That was one of those. There weren't too many pretty ones.
Hey, they all count.
That's right. Either scoring a goal or starting a fight.
Yeah. Penalty minutes were way up. Goals are way up. And there was talk that might be your last year, but now you're back.
Yeah. That maybe some of my coaches were thinking it should be a good idea for me to have the last year.
Because last year went so well, I mean, you're always thinking about that at your age. It's a hard game. When did you decide, all right, I still got a lot of hockey left in me here?
I really didn't until the end of the year. I mean, I talked about it with my family. And we made that decision as a group, and I enjoyed last year, though.
Ground ball to second for Segura. All right, let's take a look at batting practice. Now, this is your opportunity to defend yourself. What's happening here?
Oh, well, I think I get a little ahead of myself. I don't know. You guys got to tell me. And it wasn't bad. Had a couple of okay cuts, but a couple that, see, that hurt my hand.
And then this.
Oh, see, I didn't want to crash into the wall. I hit the warning track.
You're a hockey player.
That one, Robbie Ray was distracting me. And we were discussing some things and how amazing he's been this year with his strikeouts. And then he said, "Oh, there's a ball," and I tried to react.
By then it was too late. Sure.
Well, see, if there would have been a player standing there with the Giants jersey on, you could have mashed him up against the wall.
That's huge. I get nervous around the boards. Don't want to get hit.
There's Hunter Pence. Now you also had the honor of throwing out our first pitch tonight.
And that was okay.
Well, let's see.
I think Goldie made me go to the rubber too. He's like, "What? Oh!" It was a perfect strike.
All right, let's try that again. Fill the Iron Horse.
You could just tell by the release point that was going to be a good one. Nice.
Hey,
breaker.
There we go. Yeah, that was my changeup too. So I don't want to.
Got a lot of drop on that changeup.
Yeah.
2-1 on Hunter Pence.
Well, we were asking Smitty about training camp, and I imagine being a veteran player, you probably feel the same way about that I did at the end of my career. Let's just get in there, get it over with, and get the season started.
Yeah, not too worried about how you do. Just make sure you get ready. That's more the approach now.
And he said he stays in shape chasing his kids around. I imagine you do the same.
Yeah, he's got 4 little ones, and they are little, and they move a lot. So we were chasing him while he was talking with you guys.
3-2 on Pence. Braden Shipley's retired all 4 Giants he's faced in relief of Ruby De La Rosa, but Pence gets a 1-out walk. So you're getting going in about 10 days or so, right?
Yeah.
Give or take?
10 days we'll be back at it, whatever it is. And here we go again, I guess. So we're excited, really excited.
Well, I mean, you've been around almost as long as the team has.
I've been around, yeah.
96, right?
Yeah, well, my first year was 95, the year before.
With Winnipeg?
With Winnipeg,
yeah.
So don't tell too many people that.
So how has the franchise evolved in your time? Because you've been through it all with this organization.
Yeah, it's exciting right now with our young guys. You talk to people around the league, they argue that we have the best young group of prospects coming, and that's always exciting. Till they're playing, it's always hard, but it's exciting to have them.
Baseball, Donor, is a game that a lot of it is passed down from veteran players to the young players, and I would imagine a lot of the same thing going on in hockey right now with all the young guys you have.
It really is important, I think, and I was fortunate to have some great veteran guys pass it on to me, and it's the same thing. The history and the tradition of our sport is very important.
You find the attitude of the young guys has changed as you've gotten a little older?
You know what? It was. You hear that, and it had, and then this last 3 or 4 years, our young guys have been incredible.
Really?
And they really made it enjoyable for me to play. I was worried about being the old guy that they kind of wanted to push out of the room, and they just included me. And it sounded funny as a captain to be included, but they included me in everything and made me, and wanted to learn and wanted to ask questions, and made a lot of fun.
Braden Shipley looking for a ground ball here, trying to get out of this inning, but he's fallen behind on Belt 3-1 after walking Pence. Todd Walsh and Bob and I have campaigned all season long to get rid of the morning skate. Have we made any progress on that? That seems frankly like the dumbest thing in sports.
I might agree with you on that one.
Oh, over the glove of Segura and into right. Boy, that took a nasty hop on Gene at second. I mean, I can't imagine telling the Diamondbacks, all right, batting practice tomorrow is going to be at 9 in the morning. And then first pitch against the Giants going to be 6:40.
Yeah, that'd be different.
Is there a reason you can discern for that morning skate?
It started in '72. The Russians came over to North America, and the Canadians played the Russians. And in '72, the Canadian team thought that they were going to kill them, and the Russians came out and had some success. And they had morning skates. And so the Canadians were like, well, they're doing it, then we're doing it. And then all of a sudden, Montreal Canadians picked it up. Now we do it today still.
I wouldn't want my guys resting.
I agree. That's a good idea.
Especially the veterans.
Yeah, maybe the kids can go for the morning skate.
Now, we've seen video of you. You may be the one person that's gone into Todd's garage and come out alive. Because answer this question for us. There's a giant ball of string in there, isn't there?
There is. There's a lot of stuff in there.
I knew it. BB, I knew it.
Yep, you hit it on the head right there.
I saw a video of you going in there and dropping off a bunch of Shane Doan garden gnomes, right? Was that it?
I try to self-promote as much as I can. So.
You're known for that, sure.
Me and Goldie.
You guys are very similar, actually, now that you mention that.
I love that guy. He is such a good man.
He would have made a very good hockey player if he hadn't been a Texan.
Yeah. He's got huge hands. Every time you shake his hands, I'm always embarrassed for myself.
He's such an attention hound, you know.
Oh yeah, always
me all the time.
Look what I'm doing.
Yep.
Can someone please give me more attention?
0-2 on Panic. Another one drops in there. Pence is going to come in and score. RBI single for Panic, and it's 4-2. No Panic walking an RBI single so far.
One hit right at the feet of Gene Segura, got through for a base hit. This one just over his reach into right center field. Diamondbacks are very much a station-to-station team. It's going to take a very well-placed hit for any of these guys to take more than 90 feet on a base hit.
Nunez drove in their first run with a sacrifice fly in the second. He's got Belt at second base, Panic at first, still just one out and a run in. Who's the best team in the league this year?
You mean you look at what Pittsburgh did, you probably have to put them up there, but I think Chicago and Anaheim they would have been my picks, and along with Washington last year. Those three teams are, I mean, you recognize everybody can beat anybody, but they're pretty good, and they're consistently pretty good.
Other than the obvious things, Donor, guys staying healthy and schedule working in your favor. But what needs to happen for the Coyotes to have a big year this year?
Our young guys that took that step, that first step, really need to take the next one. And that's a tough one to make because over the years you see guys come and go and they have those the big first year with the enthusiasm and the energy. And then next year you're not always getting tapped on the back told great job when you score. And that's
Nunez shoots one by Drury at third. Brandon Belt will come in, and Roberto Kelly will stop Panic at third, and it's an RBI double for Eduardo Nunez in a 4-3 ball game.
Right down that third baseline, just out of the reach of Brandon Drury. Tried a diving attempt there, but that ball snuck by him down into the corner.
Well, Braden Shipley got Crawford to ground out to open up this inning, but since 4 straight have reached, Pence walk, Belt single, Panic an RBI single. Now Nunez a Ribby doubled, and suddenly it's a 1-run D-backs lead as Mike Butcher pays a visit.
You said you talked it over with your family about the decision to play again this year, but I would imagine that during the course of that conversation, you started to think about when that day does come. And certainly Coyote fans and we up here in the booth hope that doesn't happen anytime soon. But what are you going to do when you're done?
You know what? I enjoy the game, and to be involved with the game would always be something that I've thought about. But I don't really know for sure. It's one of those things that I have some ideas that I enjoy working with the horses. I got a bunch of horses. I enjoy doing that. I talk to different guys, and they all say, the guys that have kind of retired and moved on, and they all say, hey, don't say this is what you're going to do. Just, see what you like, and then try to make a way of doing that more often.
Well, as long as you've been doing this, I mean, you're talking about more than 20 years now. It's a transition. I imagine.
Yeah.
You're not going to know the first day.
No. I think Baumgartner's he is a huge team roper. He's came over roped at our place a couple times, and he's a really good team roper too, actually. I don't know if the Giants like him team roping, but
did a lot of that growing up in North Carolina.
Yeah.
Well, I would suggest you find something other than baseball to pursue after your hockey career is over.
Ouch!
Ouch!
Wow!
Oh man,
he just needs a little practice. That's all.
All right, I'll accept that advice.
I mean, if Tebow can play,
I was going.
Donor can play.
Yeah, I was going to see if they got any teams wanted to come watch.
Yeah, we'll hold a little tryout for you.
You should. You really should, because teams will show up.
Apparently they will. Yes, he went. Bob Davidson brings up Baumgartner, and that's the second out for a strikeout for Braden Shipley.
Well, we'll hook something up out at Notre Dame Prep, and you can go out there in front of the scouts and show them your stuff.
There we go.
Well, big out to get right here for Braden. Second and third, 2 outs. The batter is Darren Span, who was lined out and flat out. He's 0 for 2. Hitless in his last 22 at bats, Darren Span. I was asking Mike Smith this. We talk a lot about sabermetrics in baseball.
Right.
Are there hockey sabermetrics, new inside edge type stats?
For sure. Drastically have changed in the last probably 4 years. You've seen it with Tip has always had a bunch of his own stats that he keeps outside of the score, and it's really different. They all say that I shouldn't be able to score again though next year, so I'm not sure if I like them.
Well, you had 28 last year.
Yeah, and they're still trying to figure that out. None of it computed properly for them.
That's all right. Phil Esposito never scored a pretty goal in his life.
No,
matter.
no. Yeah.
They all count.
That's right. Eventually the puck has to be at the front of the net, and if you hang around there, something's eventually going to go by you.
Braden behind 2-0. Pagan on deck.
I got to admit to you, one thing I really like is going on YouTube and punching in hockey fights when you've got the sound, when the guys are standing around the face-off circle. Hey, you want to go? Yeah, sure. Why not?
That's if you think you can win. It's always it's a terrible feeling when someone asks you that and you're like, I don't know if I'm going to win this one.
Well, you have to say yes, don't you?
Well, the one line you can use is, my coach wants you on the ice. That's the only line that you can use.
That's great. Tomas coming in. Yasmani makes a nice backhand running grab. Shipley strands two, but the Giants get two, and it's 4-3 on Coyotes night. Always a pleasure to have the great Shane Doan with us. Donor, thank you, man.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Good to see you, Cap.
Really appreciate it, guys.